Okay, all right. Score 7 goals on the Wild twice in one season? Whoo-wee, even if we miss the playoffs, I am happy. Avs win 7-1 over the Minnesota Wild. Are the Avs good? Or are the Wild bad? Or is it both? I think it might be both. This game was basically a work of art. It was the biggest game so far of the Avs season, and the Avs came out there and made it look like it was easy. Minnesota looked like a team at the bottom of the league, and the Avs looked like a team at the top of the Western Conference. Right from the opening faceoff, it was clear the Avs were firing on all cylinders. There were a few slip-ups here and there on defense, but they had Varley behind him holding that down, and McKinnon was flying as well. They were winning the possession battle pretty handily early in the period, and as time progressed, they did start taking a few more lower quality shots, but when you spend enough time in the offensive zone, eventually even a low quality one is going to go in. A little bit before the halfway mark of the first period, I wouldn't call the play low quality. Maybe the initial shot was a little bit low quality, but the captain made sure it was a high quality result. Rantanen's just going to send this puck up to the point to Girard, and then the Wild get to meet the future of defense. No, nothing like their Ryan Sutters or their aging bum defenseman. No, Sam Girard does what he does best. The spin move into the curl back like he's been doing it in the show for 20 years. Feeds Rantanen. Rantanen's just going to throw one towards the net here. Look at right in front. The captain working it with his behind to get into position. He gets perfectly in the slot, puts a fantastic tip on it, and Dubnyk has no chance. Every time Sam Girard spins, it feels like you're opening up a present on Christmas morning. And out pops a brand new toy. Sam Girard's still only 19 years old, and he's already giving NHLers fits. Also, Landeskog picks up the goal there. He now has 3 points in his last 3 games and 5 points in his last 6 games. Some people have been saying they're disappointed with his production, and I just do not get that at all. He's third on the Avs in scoring, and he's easily on pace for a 60-point season. Not to mention, on the line of McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog, he's the most defensively responsible one. A lot of the time, all he has to do is just get out of the way and let McKinnon do his thing. All I'm saying is the fact that we have Landeskog locked up for 3 more years is a good thing. Hopefully he sticks around for significantly longer than that. So huge first goal, you stick it to the Mild on your home ice. In such a big game, you get the lead early. That's also a major factor for the Avs. A minute later, the Wild take a penalty. This game's at home, so the Avs actually have a reasonable chance of scoring on one. And they also have that guy that's twice as good as anyone that plays on the Wild, so there's that too. McKinnon's actually going to lose this puck initially, but it's a great play by Barry at the blue line to hold the puck in as the Wild try to clear. He then sends it over to Rantanen. Once Rantanen gets it, he's going to opt to pass cross ice back to McKinnon. It's not the greatest pass, but it was firm enough to get through. It ends up in McKinnon's skates. McKinnon does a great job to collect it, and just the fact that you've gone cross ice opens up so many options. That gives McKinnon the puck in the circle with no one directly on him. Yeah, Dubnyk, you're kind of already dead. No goalie on earth could have stopped that shot. Just look at how little he has to work with here as he puts it bar and in over Dubnyk's glove. That goal alone would probably be enough to convince a couple of people that McKinnon should win the Hart, but oh, he was far from done. Now up 2-0, the rest of the first kind of just goes by smoothly. The Avs do end up taking one penalty with about 4 minutes left in the period, but a good play by Como gets it immediately canceled out, and you're up 2-0 at first intermission. At the end of the first and bleeding into the second period, the game started to get really chippy. Both teams were getting at each other, cross-checks were being thrown, slashes were being thrown. It was clear that these teams not only don't like each other, but knew just how important this game was for both of them. Early in the second, the Avs would end up getting a bit of the short end of the stick there as they take a penalty about 3 minutes in. Luckily, the PK shuts them down fairly easily and swings the momentum back into the Avs' favor. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a content advisory here. For Minnesota Wild fans, the rest of this video may not be okay for you to view. For a team that's supposed to play quality sound defense, I wasn't even convinced Minnesota was putting any defenders out there at all. 30 seconds after the PK is over, the Avs put out what might be the best three-man unit in hockey right now. Zadorov's going to take a hit in the corner here to try and make a play out towards the circle. It goes a little bit too far, but McKinnon and Rantanen both make a great play to reach and knock this puck up to Landeskog. From there, it's an odd man rush up the ice. Kind of a 3-on-2, but really more of a 4-on-3 with Barrie as the late man in. McKinnon, Rantanen, and Barrie already showed it off in the last game. This time, another nice passing play. Get the blue line first. McKinnon then goes to Rantanen. Rantanen then back to Barrie as the fourth man. Barrie knows exactly what to do on the rush. Skate in deep, pick your spot, beat the goalie. Seriously, though, Barrie, Rantanen, McKinnon, if they have the puck, there isn't a single team that wants to play against those 4-on-3, let alone 3-on-3. With that goal, Barrie jumps up and over the 40-point mark on the season, and he looks to be on pace to set a career high in assists as well. That goal is exactly what Tyson Barrie brings. Odd man rush situations, when he's the fourth man in on offense, he's better than your average defenseman. In that scenario, it's like having a fourth forward on the ice. With that many threats, the Avs' top unit of 5 is just ridiculous. Frequently, teams are going to try and double team McKinnon, and then they have Rantanen to worry about, and then they have Landeskog working in front, and then that's where Barrie steps in as that fourth guy. You're already down to forwards covering the defenseman. Barrie can beat them consistently, except for those stupid shots he takes right into the shins from the point, but that's a different point entirely. Boom. Avs up 3-0. Now they are in a great position in this game, and I've been saying it all year, do not turtle. What do the Avs do? They don't turtle. They turn it up to 11. 2 minutes after that third goal, why doesn't Nathan MacKinnon have the heart yet? First of all, Girard on the back end hitting MacKinnon at speed. MacKinnon at speed, yeah, the Wild are already crapping their pants. He just walks in and slips one through Dubnyk. Man, myth, legend, all-star, Wild killer, 30-goal scorer. What can't Nathan MacKinnon do this year? With 2 goals on the night, MacKinnon moves up into the top 10 in the league in goal scoring, and he was far from done at this point in this game. I seriously cannot put into words how good MacKinnon is this year. Alright, so we're now up 4-0 in the Wild, and we've hit 2 of the 3 things I've talked about that the Avs need to do if they want to make the playoffs. Number 1, defense, getting involved in the offense. Number 2, the Avs top line being ridiculously good. And now it's time for number 3, depth scoring. Almost exactly 2.5 minutes after that goal, the Avs add on the 5th. This one was a bit of a laugher, which makes it even better because it's against the Wild. Bork gonna just send this one to Soderberg here. Soderberg's gonna take it up the wall and then do some kind of thinking he's Sam Girard move where he spins around and throws a backhand toward the net. It actually ends up bouncing off of the defenseman right in front of him and fools Dubnyk. A better angle here of Soderberg spinning, and then you can clearly see it hit off of Eric Stahl's skate in front, giving Dubnyk no chance. And for the second game in a row between these two teams, bye-bye, Dubnyk. Bye-bye. Dubnyk gets pulled. This game is all but over, but the Avs weren't done yet. Oh no, this is personal. Just 2 minutes after that third goal of the second period, well, Rantanen's got to get his too, right? As the Wild clear it around the near boards here, Winnick is going to make a mistake with the puck at about the half wall where Rantanen can now jump on the puck. He does a great job to quickly feed MacKinnon, who recognizes what's happening, cutting down the middle. MacKinnon, well, he's already beat the Wild a couple times this game. He figures he knows exactly what to do. This time he's going to take it around the net, go for the wraparound. He's so good, he tries to shoot this puck, but instead it's a perfect pass to Rantanen, and Rantanen, yeah, he's going to finish that, no problem. So, there you go, Wild. MacKinnon is so good that he can beat you on accident. Man, what's it like to have all of your best players over the age of 30 and a number of them locked up to anchor contracts? You know, that actually sounds a little bit familiar to a situation the Avs were in the mid-2000s. But we kind of won 2 cups before that happened. Enjoy your mediocrity, Minnesota. Good job. For the second game in a row, the Avs score 4 goals in the second period, this time in less than 8 minutes total separating the goals. This is exactly the hockey I wanted to see when EJ went down. I didn't think it would be quite so good as you're just completely smothering the other team's offense because your offense is so good, but I'm not complaining about that. So this game is toast already at this point. Unfortunately, the Avs would fail Varley in the shutout bid near the end of the second period. Avs got caught on an extremely long delayed penalty situation and their defense broke down in the 6-on-5 situation. That's all you need to know. No point in sullying this fantastic video with a wild goal. Third period happened strictly because they needed to do it to finish the game. I think Nieto ringed a post in there for the 56 of those of the season, and that was just shortly before he actually put one in the net. Hey, look, it's that McKinnon guy. He's going to win the Hart, right? He's going to go coast to coast here, carrying the puck out and then into the offensive zone. He then pulls up, finds Como, makes a nice pass in the middle. Como notices Nieto coming down the far side. Well, Como, I'm going to allow you not to shoot on this one. Makes a fantastic pass across, and Nieto just finishes it. This one's for you, Germany. I know you just lost the gold medal in hockey, but we just thought we'd remind everyone of your greatest achievement in football. Real football, not hand egg. 7-1 Brazil. And that would end up being your final. I mean, what more is there to say? That's not only a playoff team that the Avs look like there, that's a top of the division team. McKinnon with a 5-point night, his second of the season. He now sits atop the league, even ahead of Kucherov in points per game, and sits in the top 5 in regular old points total. It's been so long that I forgot what it was like to watch the best player in the National Hockey League every night. It makes you feel like a kid again because you know if you watch the game, there's going to be a moment that just makes you go, wow. He's ridiculous. He might be on one of the best contracts in the league. If it's not the best, it will be in a couple of years. And based on the last couple games, he might actually be able to basically single-handedly carry us to a playoffs. I mean, maybe not totally single-handedly, he has Rantanen and Landeskog and Barrie, but he's doing all of the heavy lifting by a long shot. I don't know. I don't have much more to say than that. I certainly don't have anything bad to say beyond the fact that Colin Wilson apparently got injured. Not really sure what happened there. I haven't seen a clip. All we know it was an upper body injury. So, can we stop with the injuries at least? That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. I'm Rudo3. And how do people in Minnesota drink if they don't have any cups?